What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another show with Algebra 1 with Mr. Peters. Today's video, I'm going to show you the biggest mistake students make when they're solving quadratic equations like this. Then, I'm going to show you guys two methods you can use to solve this problem so you avoid that common mistake. Let's jump into today's video. The biggest mistake I see students make, guys, is incorrectly squaring the binomial. So they'll apply this exponent, and what they get is x squared minus 16 is equal to 9. Then they start solving like a regular equation, right? We add 16 on both sides. We have x squared is equal to 25. We take the square root of both sides to get rid of that exponent. And now we'll get x is equal to positive or negative 5. But the issue with this answer is that when we plug it back in, it's not going to give us the right answer. So 5 minus 4 squared is not going to give us 9. It's just going to be 1 squared is equal to 9. We know 1 is not equal to 9. That is wrong. Now, if we did the opposite, right? Negative 5 minus 4, and we squared that answer, we would have negative 9 squared is equal to 9. And we know 81 is not equal to 9. So this is the incorrect way to solve. So the correct way to solve, I'm going to show you guys that right now. So the exponent is important. What we're going to do is expand the polynomial. And I'm going to use the box method in case you guys are familiar with it or if you want to try it out yourself. So what we're doing here is x minus 4 multiplied by x minus 4. And I'm going to use the box method to show you how to do this. So we put our factor on the top, x minus 4, negative 4, and then we put it on the side, x minus 4. We have to keep what's in parentheses grouped together. So when I multiply, I'll get x squared, x times negative 4x gives me negative 4x. We go down now, we do the same thing with negative 4. Negative 4 times x gives me negative 4x. Negative 4 times 4 gives me positive 16. I combine my like terms, those negative 4x's. So after I expand this binomial to the second power, I should have x squared minus 8x plus 16 is equal to 9. Now remember, when we're solving equations, even quadratic equations, we have to combine our like terms. So I'm going to bring 9 over and subtract, right? Because most of our quadratic equations are set or equal to 0, right? So now we have x squared minus 8x plus 7 is equal to 0. Now we have set the quadratic equation equal to 0. We could factor and break it down. Luckily for us, the only factors are for 7 are 1 and 7. So once we draw parentheses, I have x in the first one, x in the second one. I know it has to be this combination. So I have 7 and I have 1. And for me to get a positive 7 when I multiply, or both those signs either have to be positive or negative. But this negative 8x when we add lets me know they're both going to be negative. So at this step, guys, we found the factors, the numbers that will satisfy this quadratic equation. What we have to do now is set both of them equal to 0. X minus 7 is equal to 0, so we know x is equal to 7. And then we go to the second one, x minus 1 is equal to 0, and we say that x is equal to 1. So at this step now, let's go up here and erase the box method, and let's double check to see if this answer actually satisfies the equation. So let's try 1. So I have 1 minus 4 squared is equal to 9. Once we do the subtraction, we're going to get negative 3 to the second power is equal to 9. Once we simplify, 9 is equal to 9. So we know the factor of positive 1 is correct. Now when I plug in my second factor, 7, I have 7 minus 4 squared is equal to 9. Once we simplify, we'll get 3 to the second power is equal to 9. So 9 is equal to 9. Both of these factors work. Now, before I show you the second method to solve this quadratic equation, guys, just remember, if one of these factors did not satisfy the equation, that is what we would call the extraneous solution. the extra solution that does not satisfy the equation. And with that being said, we're going to jump to the last part of this video and show you the second method. Guys, we really hope you found value in our show and that you like the way that we're teaching this math. We want to make it easier for you. Our show will be nothing without you guys. So the second method that I really like to show students, and I don't do this often because students will confuse when and when they cannot use this. And if you comment down below or just like this video, I'll make sure to go into extra practice to show you when you can use this method. But let's do it. So in this method, we're going to get rid of the exponent, right? We know we could get rid of the exponents by what? Exactly. Taking the square root. So when I take the square root of this side, oops, and I take the square root of this side, what is left is x minus 4 is equal to 3. We took the square root of 9, and we know the square root cancels out the exponent. Now I could solve like a regular equation, and before I forget anything, this is so important. With the square root, we have to have positive or negative 3. So let's split this into two different equations. X minus 4 is equal to positive 3, and x minus 4 is equal to negative 3. Oops. So now when we simplify, I'm going to get x is equal to 7, which we just had in our previous example, the first method I showed you. So we know this is right. And then when I go to the second one and I do the same thing by solving for x and adding 4 on both sides, I'm going to get x is equal to positive 1. And voila, we got the same exact answers. So like I said, if you found this method helpful, comment down below, like this video so we know, hey, we need to make another video. And with that being said, guys, thank you so much for joining our show, Algebra 1 with Mr. Peters today. Hope you enjoyed this video, you found it helpful. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave comments for future videos you guys would like to see on the channel, or if you had questions from today's video.